Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings. Hope you had a fantastic Sabbath. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott,
and together we're Backyard Musings. Apple
Science and
Valley.
Technology Channel.
Apple Valley.
Yeah.
This is a weird one. I'm going to say this is a weird one. Groundbreaking research reveals that AI doesn't just possess data, it also makes the same judgment errors as humans. Can we really trust AI to make better decisions than humans? According to a recent study, the answer is not always. Researchers found that OpenAI's ChatGPT, one of the most advanced and widely used AI models, sometimes makes the decision making errors as humans. And right now, I want to interject that this is not our opinion. We're not experts. We're just repeating what someone has said in case someone wants to sue us for defamation or anything.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'm at the other end of the spectrum as far as opinion goes. I don't even like this stuff, but it is what it is. It's here to stay, right?
Yep. In certain scenarios, it exhibits familiar cognitive biases such as overconfidence and the hot hand or gambler's fallacy. Yet in other cases, it behaves in ways that differ significantly from human reasoning. For example, it tends not to fall for base rate neglect or the sunk cost fallacy. The study was published in the Informs journal, Manufacturing and Service Operations Management, on January 31st, 2025. Would you like to know more?
The study suggests that ChatGPT doesn't simply analyze data, it mirrors aspects of human thinking, including mental shortcuts and systematic errors. These patterns of bias appear relatively consistent across various business contexts, although they may shift as newer versions of the AI are developed. I don't like this stuff at all. The study put
Should we stop?
no, it's
Do you
okay.
need like
No, I
therapy or
can.
anything?
No,
Okay.
I'm going. We're going to push through. The study put ChatGPT through 18 different bias tests. Here are the results. AI falls into human decision traps. ChatGPT showed biases like overconfidence or ambiguity, aversion, which I have no idea what that means, and conjunction fallacy, aka as the Linda problem. I don't know what that is either.
I don't know what that
I know
is
what a
either.
Karen problem is, but I'm not a Linda. I don't know what that is. So, and I don't really even like the Karen thing because I happen to have a sister named Karen, so it's all good. In nearly half the tests, so that's not very good, right?
Right.
Whatever the Linda problem is, it can't be good if it's a problem.
Right.
So, let me read that one too.
Yeah, keep going.
AI is great at math, but struggles with judgment calls. Okay, well, math is.
So that's like knowledge and wisdom, right?
Yeah, and I can see that. Why would a computer or artificial intelligence be able to? It's like Spock, right? What was Spock's deal? He had no
Pure
sense
logic.
of pure logic, no feelings. Although he did get some towards the end, right?
Well, he's half human.
Yeah. It excels at logical and probability-based problems, but stumbles when decisions require subjective reasoning. Bias isn't going away. Although the newer GPT-4 model is more, I didn't even know there was one, two, three, is more analytically accurate than its predecessor, it sometimes displayed stronger biases in judgment-based tasks.
Okay. That's whoever's programming it. From job hiring to loan approvals, AI. What? From job hiring to loan approvals, AI is doing that? AI is already shaping major decisions in business and government. But if AI mimics human biases, could it be reinforcing bad decisions instead of fixing them? Quote, as AI learns from human data, it may also think like a human, biases and all, says Yang Chang. I wonder if that includes like OCD
Have
or
you ever
ADD.
have you ever talked to somebody that's just so smart it gives you a headache, and they just there's just some things that they just don't get.
You mean like my neighbor? You talking about my neighbor?
I am not talking about your neighbor. I'm not talking about him. I think no, I'm not talking about him. That's not right.
It sounded like you were.
I'm not. I'm talking about people that are just forget it.
I'm just stoking the fire.
Exactly. Just keep going.
Okay. Lead author says Yang Chang, lead author and assistant professor at Western University. Quote, our research shows when AI is used to make judgment calls, it sometimes employs the same mental shortcuts as people.
The study found that ChatGPT tends to play it safe. AI avoids risk, even when riskier choices might yield better results. Overestimate itself. ChatGPT assumes it's more accurate than it really is. I know a few people like that. Oh, man. Seek confirmation. AI favors information that supports existing assumptions rather than challenging
So, are you
them.
talking about me?
No.
This sounds like
Just
me, man.
avoid ambiguity. AI prefers alternatives and with more certain information and less ambiguity.
Okay, I just want to get something straight here for our
Really? I think we're
listeners.
past that.
You said ambiguity. What is ambiguity?
Isn't that what it is?
No,
What is that word?
ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
You said
Okay.
ambiguity.
Whatever.
That was a good one, man.
Anyway, am I still reading?
Yeah, go ahead.
Quote, when a decision, I don't have to say that word again, do I?
I don't know.
Oh, no, but I see a couple others down there. When a decision is a clear right answer, AI nails it. Well, la-di-da.
Like a direct question, yes or no, or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
It's better at finding the right formula than most people are, says Anton Ochinknikov of Queen's University. Quote, but when judgment is involved, AI may fall into the same cognitive traps as people, maybe like our past president.
Yeah. With governments worldwide working on AI regulations, the study raises an urgent question. Should we rely on AI to make important calls when it can be just as biased as humans? Well, you'd think that there's got to be a human behind it to double check the decision, right?
Well, I don't know. One thing I know about this Chat GPT is that I guess you can feed it a little bit of information and it'll write you a term paper.
Yeah, but you better check. Sometimes it'll plagiarize or just come up with absolute
So it's
factually wrong
so
stuff.
it's like talk text.
Yeah,
You better double check
you
it.
better double check it. Yeah, think twice before you do your church talk, and get it from Chat GPT.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it my turn?
You're still reading. Yeah.
Okay. Quote, AI isn't a neutral referee, says Samuel Kirshner of UNSW Business School. If left unchecked, it might not fix decision-making problems. It could actually make them worse.
The researchers say that while businesses and policymakers need to monitor AI's decisions as closely as they would a human decision maker, uh, then what's the point? But anyway, go on. AI, quote, AI should be treated like an employee who makes important decisions. It needs oversight and ethical guidelines, says Meena Adiapan of McMaster University. Otherwise, we risk automating flawed thinking instead of improving it. So, okay, well, that makes sense, I guess.
I never thought that
You
AI
don't
was
have to,
doing this stuff.
but you don't have to pay an employee, right?
Right?
So that's one advantage. And no benefits for the computer. You're going to have to pay somebody to fix the computer if it goes down.
I guess work in hiring, you just ask have the AI listen in, do your questions and stuff, and then you come back and it analyzes it and says, yeah, he's a fit for the culture, or no, he's not.
So somebody's got to monitor this stuff all the time then.
That's what I would think. Important stuff. Like I saw an article just this morning that said the nuclear power plant in whatever canyon here in California. What's that canyon? Is going to start using AI.
Huh.
I can't remember the name of it. It's something Gold Canyon or something Canyon.
Is it up in Central California, Northern California?
I think it's near the coast, yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Still me?
Yeah.
The study's authors recommend regular audits of AI-driven decisions and refining AI systems to reduce biases. With the AI's influence growing, making sure it improves decision-making rather than just replicating human flaws will be a key. The evolution from the GPT 3.5 to 4.0 suggests the latest models are becoming more human in some areas, yet less human but more accurate in others, says Tracy Jenkin of Queen's University. Quote, managers must evaluate how different models perform on their decision-making use cases, and regularly reevaluate to avoid surprises. Some use cases will need significant model refinement.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
So they're making the same mistakes that we make.
Yeah. So you're either in the AI camp or you're not. Is there nothing in between?
I don't know. There's shades of gray in there.
Do you know do you have anything going on in your life where you could use AI to improve?
I don't even know. I'm not even smart enough to know if AI could help me. I don't know.
Well, then I don't have a chance because you're a lot smarter than I am. So I don't even have a chance. I mean,
I don't
I
know.
can tell you right now, there's nothing in my life that I would want. In fact, every time I look at something now, when I've heard about this AI stuff, I'm kind of standoffish and concerned that it's not real. You know, like the stuff that you see where they've got somebody, like for instance, Donald Trump or Joe Biden, or
Donald Trump's not real.
no, but you're listening to him and his lips are moving, but the stuff that's coming out that you're hearing is bogus. So why are they doing that?
Oh,
You know, that to me is
like a
just
cheap fake, or
right.
no, a deep fake. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they could do that, could they do that to somebody that's maybe doing
Well, maybe
a
if Danish was written on the bottom or Korean or something, then you'd know that.
I guess, but I mean, you could be doing a Zoom meeting and somebody could be responding to something and they're not even. Yeah, it's like the old Godzilla movies. You know, your lips are moving, but they're not saying what.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
that's
know.
in a foreign
I
language,
just yeah, it's
and
just crazy.
somebody's dubbed it. Yeah.
And I mean, AI computer generated uh, stuff in movies, right? That's kind of an AI thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
getting to
that's been
be
happening a long
looking
time,
realistic too.
right? But that's
Yeah.
been happening for a long time. So I don't know. Jury's still out, in my opinion.
Give us your
We'll see.
comments. This is really interesting. Give us your comments. We can't figure it out.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Thank
All
you.
right. See
See you
ya.
later.